Hey everyone! I haven't been on in a little while. It's day 12 technically, but I realized the reason why I haven't been on is because the expectation of getting 100 videos done has just felt so heavy, and it's really created some resistance when it comes to my creative process and letting things flow. So I'm gonna throw that out the window and I'm gonna say this is video 12 of however many videos come to be. No more numbers. I'm over it. So today, I guess I wanted to talk about an experience that I had yesterday, actually. I went to a therapy office and it was a new therapist. The last time I had been to therapy was when I was going through a divorce. And although I'm like super glad about the decision I ended up making to get a divorce after that, stint of therapy, it was still very painful, like extremely painful for a long time. And on my way to the therapist's office yesterday, as we got closer to the office, I began to get triggered and I started to feel this sense of doom, and my hands and my feet got super cold and I couldn't really like breathe deeply. It was like short and shallow breaths. And I started to well up with tears and I was like, something is wrong. Something bad is going to happen. And I realized in that moment, nothing bad was going to happen. I was just being triggered. So I wanted to talk about how I was able to walk myself through that experience, because I think sometimes we come to know our triggers, right? We come to know, like, when I'm in this situation, I tend to have a negative reaction. But sometimes we don't. Sometimes those triggers can come up and we have no idea, that they were even there, that we could plan for it. I mean, I know I didn't. So I was able to mentally talk myself through the process so that it didn't escalate into a full-blown panic attack. What I did was I asked myself, when have you felt this way before? So that I could try to figure out where this was coming from. And of course I remembered, the last time I went to therapy was when I was going through a really tough time. And the feelings that surrounded that were just very intense and gut-wrenching. Another question I asked myself was, who are you becoming in this moment? And who is everyone else becoming? Even though I was going to therapy with someone totally different, I was still reverting everything, transferring everything back in time. So I was becoming that 29-year-old, 30-year-old version of myself. And my partner was becoming my ex-husband, and the new therapist was becoming the old therapist. And I was beginning to envision myself in that situation again, rather than remembering, I am different now. This is a different person that I'm dealing with. This is a different therapist that I'm dealing with. Everything is different about it. So really reminding myself, like, where am I taking myself back to? And then being able to recognize that I was safe, that even though the situation looked similar, it didn't mean that it was similar at all. And that in fact, I had been through a really difficult time in my life that reminded me of what I was going through currently. And so it was okay to get nervous, but it wasn't necessary for me to put up all my defenses and go into survival mode. So I just wanted to share that with you all. I know I do a lot of work around triggers with my clients and coming up with different ways that we can prepare ourselves for when we get triggered. But sometimes those triggers can't be prepared for. And so there's a couple questions when you're in those moments of, freak out mode that you need to sort of talk yourself down. Because there's really nothing that anyone could have done for me in those moments. No one could have told me like, oh, you're going to be fine, or what's going on, like this is uncalled for. It had to be me remembering, like, where is this stemming from, right? Who am I becoming right now? How am I transferring my past experience into my current experience? And what makes this different now? That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you ever need support, let me know. I'm here to offer a different perspective on things that you are going through. I'm here to help you get more clarity on the direction that you're going. I think as a life coach, as specifically a relationship transition coach, I know how difficult it is to experience any sort of transitions in relationships. So that's why I really kind of stand behind my purpose in providing that support during those times. So just know that I'm here. You can turn to me, and know that I really appreciate you watching these videos. Thanks. Bye.